Good day. Welcome to your course, Computer Fundamentals and Programming. Okay, so in the early 1980s, a new programming language was developed by Bjarne Stroustrup at Bell Laboratories, that is in the USA. So this language, an extended version of C language, is known as C++. Apart from the features of the C language, C++ also has some additional features such as classes, objects, and so on. When C++ language was developed, it was known as C with classes. So in 1983, the name was changed to C++. The plus sign specifies that it is an incremented version of the C language. So this means that the code written in C can also be executed in the C++ environment. Basically, C++ was developed to eliminate some of the limitations of the C language and also to provide some new features to the user. Okay? So the concept of C++, so in the C++ programming, you can write a sequence of commands called source file. A C++ source file normally carries the .cpp extension. So this source file can be converted into a machine language program. This conversion is called compiling and is done by the compiler. The machine code is combined with some setup and instructions and some standard library routines in a process known as linking. Together, compiling and linking are known as building. So the machine executable files carry the extension .exe in Windows. The following code is written in C++. So we shall look at each element of the following code in detail to understand the syntax of C++. So under line 1, okay, so the pound key include then string. So the line 1, okay, it is a preprocessor directive. So it tells the preprocessor to include the contents of the header file IO string in the program. So this header file contains functions that support the C++, okay, input and output, okay, uh, operations. So the header file should be included in a program that contains the input and output statements. In line 2, okay, so using namespace std, okay, all elements of a standard C++ library are declared within a namespace. This line allows you to use the functionality offered in the namespace std. The keyword using namespace specifies to the compiler that you want to use the std namespace. In line 4, okay, int main, okay, in this line, the main function is a function that, and the keyword int specifies that an integer value, okay, must be returned by the main function to the operating system. In each program, the execution begins from the main function. Then here, the argument list of the main function does not contain the arguments as represented by the empty parentheses. So line 6, okay, so you can see this statement, cout, then hello world, okay, oops, there it goes. So cout, then this is an insertion operator, so it is always included after the cout, okay. Now this line, the cout object, represents the standard output stream. It is a series of arguments along with the insertion operator, okay. So it prints out the the output of these arguments in the left to right, okay, left to right order. Line 7, return 0. So in this line, the return statement chooses to return a value of 0 to the operating system. So this statement is treated as a termination statement, which indicates that the program is normally terminated. Okay, and lines 5 and 8. Okay, so these are the curly braces which indicate the start, okay, and then end of the main function. Okay, the statements which are written in between these two braces, lines 5 and 8, are associated with the main function and must be executed whenever a call is made to. Line 3, as you can see, there's nothing here. Okay, this is our just spacing for readability of the program. So I'll just execute the program. Okay, so by using tools, execute, then you need first to compile. After selecting the compile icon, okay, if you haven't saved the program yet, you will be prompted to save the file. And after compiling it, if there are no errors, okay, so let's compile. Okay, so there are no errors and no warnings in the program. Okay, now I'll just run the program itself. Okay, you can also press F9. So the output is written as hello world.